Good day, and welcome to another episode of Throwing the Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. And let's get right to it. So, I'm going to be discussing key moments from the 1997 and the 1998 NBA Finals, okay? And so, 1997 NBA Finals, Game 1. We all know Jordan hits the game-winning shot, okay? And there were some key plays that had happened in that game. It was a back and forth game. And I believe Chicago was up 76-75 with a couple of minutes left to go in the game. And Pippen had a slight injury. Scottie Pippen had a slight injury, okay? And he had played an pretty good game up until that point. Stockton played a pretty good game. Jordan did his usual thing. And so down the stretch, Scottie Pippen hit a key three. And then John Stockton came back and hit a key three of his own. And then Stockton put up another three, right? And he missed it, but Karl Malone got the rebound, okay? And he was fouled by Dennis Rodman. And Malone goes to the foul line. He misses the first. Game is tied at 82, okay? Malone misses the first. And then he misses the second, okay? And Bill Walton, who was on the call with Marv and Mike, he noticed that when Malone shot the second free throw, he noticed that Karl Malone was sort of like fading away when he shot his second free throw. Bill Walton noticed that and talked about it. Okay. And Bill Walton was like, never fade away when shooting a free throw. I would not. Which set up Jordan's game-winning shot. Okay. And so game two was pretty much all Chicago. And game three, Malone simply dominated. Malone scored 38 in that game. But people forget Scottie Pippen actually had 7 threes in that game, okay? Yeah. Scottie Pippen hit 7 threes in that game. So not many people remember that. They just remember Malone running it up with 38. So Scottie Pippen's 7 threes, get put out to the on the back burner. But Pippen did play well in that game 3. Game 4 was another back and forth. And the Bulls actually made a run, and they were up 71-66 with a couple of minutes left to go in the game. Okay. And then John Stockton hit a 3-pointer. Okay. Bulls led by 5. The lead was cut down to 2. Then Jordan came back and hit a jumper. Okay. And then Stockton stole a ball from Jordan a couple of possessions later. Jordan missed. And if you remember, Jordan actually hustled back on defense and blocked Stockton's shot. But they called a foul on Jordan. And I remember watching the game, and I was like, you called a foul, Jordan? That was a tough call because Jordan got back and cleanly made a block on John Stockton, but the refs called foul anyway. That was rough, man. That was rough. I remember watching the game with my brothers, and we were like, what? They called a foul on that? Come on, man. Then Jordan came down, missed the shot. Stockton gets the rebound, throws it down to Malone. Malone hits it. Jazz going on to win 78-73. Man, if they didn't call that foul on Jordan, man. If they didn't call that foul on the Stockton block, okay. Anyway, but Game 5, the flu game. Jordan is sick. And the Jazz led by 16 early on in that game. They had a 16-point lead early in the second quarter. Okay. And so Karl Malone had scored 9 points in the first quarter. Michael Jordan had dropped a couple of jumpers in the first quarter, despite the fact he was sick. And so the Bulls began their comeback in the middle of the second quarter, down 16. And they cut the 16-point lead down to 7 at one point. And they trailed by, I believe, 6. I believe 4 or 5 at halftime. Okay. But Luke Longley came alive in the third quarter. Longley scored over Ostertag in the opening minutes of the third quarter. Longley also had a tip-in, and he had a dunk. So he had, and I think he scored another basket too. So Luke Longley was a key man in that third quarter for the Bulls. And the Bulls were really, pushing Malone off the block, not letting him get the position that he wants. And they were frustrating Karl Malone, okay? And fourth quarter comes, and John Stockton hits a huge 3 with the shot clock running down, okay? Then Jordan comes right back and hits, quiets the crowd. And then Malone comes down on the next possession, and Dennis Rodman had 5 fouls, and he's backing down Rodman. He turns to takes a fade away. Referees call a foul on Rodman. Dennis Rodman fouls out. Okay. And Phil Jackson and the Bulls were really not happy about that game. Really bad. Were not happy about how that call. They thought it was a phantom call on Dennis Rodman. Nonetheless, he fouled out anyway. So, a couple of possessions later, Malone had Luke Longley guarding him. And instead of taking Luke Longley to the hole, he decided to shoot a long jump. He decided to shoot a long jumper. And Bill Walton, who I said noticed Malone was fading on his free throws, said he's fading away there. He's fading away there. He's fading away on his free throws. He's fading away on his jump shots. Yada, yada, yada. And so, a couple of possessions later, George's at the free throw line. He misses a second. Bulls were have the rebound. Scottie Pippen post up. Byron Russell, for whatever reason, double teamed Scottie Pippen. That left Jordan wide open for the game-winning 3. And then John Stockton gets fouled with the Bulls up 3. Okay. And so the strategy was make the first, intentionally miss the second, hope for it to hip in. Well, John Stockton missed the first, and that was pretty much it. And so the Jazz were in control of Game 6, led by as much as 10. Okay. The Bulls had made a couple of runs, but the Jazz still pretty much controlled the game. Then the fourth quarter came. Then Bushler hit a three. Scotty hit a three. Steve Kerr had a three of his own. And then the Bulls all of a sudden were ahead 86-83. But Russell came back and hit a three for the Jazz that tied the game at 86. Okay. And that set the stage for Steve Kerr's game winner. And of course, Byron Russell takes the ball out. He inbounds the ball. Scottie Pippen steals it, gets it to Kukoc for to seal the win for the 5th championship. Now they come back for 1998. Series starts in Utah. Utah has a home court advantage. Utah wins 88-83. Utah wins 88-83. Despite the fact Malone shot 9 for 25 in that game. Despite the fact Malone shot 9 for 25 in that game. Jordan had 33. And they had Steve Kerr playing John Stockton for the majority of that game, which was a mistake because when Ron Harper was guarding John Stockton, he only scored 8 points on Ron Harper. But he continuously beat Steve Kerr. And Stockton had a and one in overtime over Kerr that sealed the game. And Bob Costas actually thought by Utah winning game 1, Utah was going to be the world champions. I wish Bob Costas would have said that in front of Michael Jordan, because I know Michael Jordan wasn't thinking that way. Nonetheless, the Bulls came back with a 93-88 victory in Game 2. Steve Kerr was big, hit a couple of threes. Scott Burrell hit a couple. Scott Burrell had a three and a jump shot. And most people don't know that Dennis Rodman actually hit a jumper to tie the game in the fourth quarter. So yeah, Dennis Rodman actually hit a jumper to tie the game in the fourth quarter. And then if you remember, Bulls got a steal, got it down to Steve Kerr. He put up a three. He missed it. Kerr gets the rebound, dishes to Jordan. Jordan hits for and one. And that's pretty much it. We all know what happened in Game 3, 96-54 blowout. And in Game 4, only 2 Jazz players scored in double figures that game. Nonetheless, it was a close game. But Stockton missed a key layup down the stretch. And Dennis Rodman had 4 free throws, hit 4 free throws down the stretch, okay, to seal the win. Then Game 5, Malone comes back. Malone comes back with 38 points of his own. Antoine Carr had 12 points. Antoine Carr had 12 points. Jordan scored 28, but I believe he shot 9 of 25. I believe in Game 5. But lost in all that was Tony Kukoc had 30 points. Okay. Tony Kukoc had 30 points of his own. And he and Jordan were the ones keeping Chicago in the game. And not only did he have 30 points, he also had a key three Tony Kukoc had a key three in the fourth quarter that tied the game. Okay, so despite Jordan's 28 and Kukoc's 30, Jazz won it. And then there were several memorable moments in Game 6. The Howard Isley three that should have counted that did not count. Okay, and not only that, Jerry Sloan picked up a technical foul early on in that game too. So Jerry Sloan picks up a technical. Howard Isley hits a three that should have been counted. The Bulls actually led by 9. Okay, the Bulls actually led by 9, and then I thought they were about to run away with a game. Then Utah comes back. Back and forth game. And we all remember the episode between Malone and Rodman running up court. They're pushing each other. They fall. They push each other again. They both fall. And then and then Rodman trips Malone. Oh, that is so funny. That is so funny, seeing Malone and Rodman get it entangled like that. Oh, that's when basketball. Oh, man. That was fun, man. That was fun seeing Malone and Rodman battle like that. And so when they came back from the commercial break, Malone was shooting free throws. And so then Isaiah Thomas, who had played with Rodman, he said, that's Dennis Rodman's way of trying to get in Karl Malone's head. Okay. But he said, Karl Malone is smart enough as a basketball player. He's not going to let that affect him. Okay. Because as we all saw, when Malone messed with, not Malone, but when Rodman messed with Alonzo Mourning, he got in Alonzo Mourning's head and completely got Mourning out of his game. Okay. But not Karl Malone. Nonetheless, fast forward to the fourth quarter, Scottie Pippen had a back injury, pulled his back out on the first play of the game, which was a dunk, and he scored only 8 points. So Scottie Pippen was giving it his best shot. Okay, and so it's late in the fourth quarter. Jordan hits 2 free throws. Stockton hits a 3-pointer to give the Jazz a 3-point lead. Jordan comes right back after the timeout and hits. Jazz come down, and Malone and Rodman are battling. Jeff Hornacek clears to the other side. Okay, Jeff Hornacek clears to the other side. The thing about it is Michael Jordan never cleared with Hornacek. So he came around and he stripped Malone. And usually when the opposition has the ball, okay, usually when the opposition has the ball in a big game, tight game, the crowd usually gets loud. Okay. The crowd usually gets loud, okay. But when Jordan stole the ball, the Utah crowd got real quiet. Because I think that they knew what was about to happen. Okay. They knew what was about to happen. And lo and behold, it happened. So, the Jazz, the Bulls remembered to play Stockton won in Houston the previous year when Stockton beat Houston with the 3-pointer. Okay. So they inbound the ball to Stockton. And it looked like the exact same play. Only this time, he was being guarded by Ron Harper. Okay, he wasn't wide open. He was being checked by Ron Harper the whole time. And Ron Harper got a piece of it. It missed. There you go. Key plays from the 97-98 NBA Finals. But, I forgot one key he played in Game 6 of the 1997 NBA Finals. Shandon Anderson actually had a dunk, but Scottie Pippen, with his long arms, was actually able to get a piece of the shot, and the dunk was missed. That was a key play. So, all right. Instead, that's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. I am out of here. Peace out. God bless.